Hi, everybody.
Hello.
You have no voice left.
I'll get there.
3 days at Great Lakes Mega Meet, demoing and talking to awesome people.
Yeah. Hello from our hotel room. No, we thought we'd jump on really fast and just say thank you.
Thank you. We so loved coming back. We met so many people, and they were so happy to see us, which made us happy to be there. We were so grateful that we could come this year.
And just to feel the support and the welcoming, it was really, really nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah. So we were sitting here thinking, and a lot of you guys were asking us at our booth. It seemed to be a common question, just kind of like, how did Kiwi Lane start? Like, where did you guys start? So we thought we'd quickly share in case some of you guys have not heard that story.
Yeah, it's heard that story.
It definitely is something that I like to share because, as scrapbookers ourselves, and when people come up to us and they tell us about their experience and how it's kind of revitalized their scrapbooking and how it's helped them to enjoy it more and just overall just change their experience.
Which is what it did for us. Too.
Correct. And that's
exactly what it did for us.
Yeah. And so when I hear people, I'm like, I resonate with it so much because that's exactly how I felt when this play to create process was evolving. And
we were frustrated.
Yeah.
That's how it started. We were just plain frustrated. I have 8 kids, so I take a lot of pictures. And when I do a layout, I don't want one picture with all sorts of pretty things that I can't afford to buy all around it. I need room for pictures, but I had a problem.
Yeah. You couldn't visualize.
I couldn't visualize it.
But, I always think about Arizona.
Right. That's where we were.
And life was stressful. It was like 2008,
2008 probably.
Right? Yeah, because we started in 2009.
We started for sure in 2009. Yeah.
So it was 2008. And when I say stressful, it was just because you were moving.
I was moving.
I was moving. And that alone sums it up.
Yes.
It's just a lot of work. But you had said, well, I want to come out and visit.
Yes. I came out to see them.
Yeah.
I was in Idaho.
Yeah.
And you were in Arizona.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And then we were like, oh, we could scrapbook.
Yep.
When you come out. And my husband, who's shaking behind the camera over there. No, he's doing great. He's
doing
great. He was so kind. He was like, I'll take the kids out. I'll take them like McDonald's, I think, or something in the park or something. I don't know what you did. Do you remember what you did?
I don't.
Yeah.
We might have gone to the pool.
Yeah, because I was going to say the pool because I remembered the pool. Yeah.
At the community. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I was like, sweet, we're going to have a few hours.
We're going to get stuff done.
Yeah, you're so ambitious, right? And so I remember we sat down and we're like, because we were rusty. I mean, in general, we used to stare on an empty page because we're like, where to get started? But we were rusty.
Yeah,
because I had not scrapbooked for a long time. All my stuff was packed away. Yours was away.
I know.
Yeah.
So I could not see or even start to figure out what to do with 2 beautiful pieces of paper, but I didn't want to cut my precious paper until I knew that the layout would look good. And I had so many half-done layouts at that time because I'd start and I go, I don't even know what to do, but I loved it. I loved scrapbooking and wanted to do it.
Yeah. And then I remember me personally was like, my computer was out in that outside room.
That's right.
Remember? And you were at the dining room table, and I was like, I don't know. I'm going to go, I guess, scroll.
Look online and try to find some inspiration
And when I did, I found a lot of pages with one picture on it. Right. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I remember in my mind when I was scrolling, a couple things. One, I was thinking, I can't afford scrapbooking.
That's right.
I better give this up because, like, if I'm spending like $10 in just stuff, stickers and brads and all these things, I was like, there's just no way. Like, I can't, this is too expensive. And, and then I remember looking up at the clock and I was like, an hour and a half so went by.
I can see the table in my mind's eye where we were sitting and everything was. Yeah.
And I remember I was like, how did an hour and a half go by? I was like scrolling and then
nothing done.
Well, and I left you, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I just left my guest,
mom-in-law.
Yeah.
Left my mom-in-law there to fend for herself.
So I remember coming back in, feeling a little frazzled myself, and you were still nowhere.
I know.
You were not accomplished anything. And I was like, okay, I was like giving myself a pep talk. I was like, we can do this, we can do this. And I remember coming over and I was like, okay, like maybe if we work together,
Right.
you know? And I was like, well, what if you do something like this? And I remember she doesn't get frustrated much, but she definitely was like, she did this
I was.
like this very stern, like she was like, you're frustrating me. And I was like,
Yes.
oh, I was just trying to help. But she was like, I can't see what you're talking about. Just
I
leave me
can't.
be.
I'm
you know?
a visual person, very
Yeah.
much a visual person. I can remember things I see. It's a great thing to be, but I couldn't see what would.
What was I was seeing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, do something like this
Yeah,
and do
no,
this.
no,
Maybe
no,
if you try
no,
something
no,
like that.
no,
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's
And I was just trying to,
she's trying to be a good daughter-in-law.
right? Well, also just open up the creative wave, so to speak.
Right.
Like, you know,
I
was
remember I was doing a picture of Sarah and Jake, I
Yeah,
think.
the
a layout.
proposal.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
proposal ones.
I just felt so congested in
Yes.
my creativity, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to get out of my head, and blah,
I
blah,
know.
blah. And anyways, honestly, I think we just both sat down at that point,
We did.
and I think that just little bit of thing where I think it was just kind of like and we just started to build like some building blocks.
That's right.
And some creative blocks, and so it just kind of escalated from there, of course. And then, of course, Shiloh came in, and we were always scrapbooking together and
Right.
stuff like that. And we kind of revamped the process over time. Like, it wasn't like that day,
No, it wasn't.
by all means.
That was the start, though.
Yeah.
That day was the start.
Kind of homemade templates
Homemade,
in a sense.
homemade templates.
And looking at scrapbooking differently.
Yes.
Like, it was like, okay, well, what if we didn't do it that way? Like, what if we approached
That's
it this
right.
way, you know? And it was just the accumulation of all of that.
It was.
That feelings of like, are we gonna give up scrapbooking? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, you
I
know,
think some people do. They get frustrated or they can't afford it and they stop. But
or you don't know what to do with your supplies,
That's
and you
right.
don't know how to use them when
you
you
buy
sit
them,
down.
but what do I do with
What
them?
do I do with them?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. And then, of course, as far as Kiwi Lane goes, we had Etsy shops.
We each had Etsy shops
And we started to make pre-made pages.
with our kind of new style that we came up
Correct. And using our stash.
with. That's right.
Like using our stash.
We had.
And selling pre-made pages on Etsy.
We did.
Which is great. It paid the bills
It did.
at the time.
It actually
Yeah.
did well
Yeah.
for each of us.
And then of course fellow scrapbookers started to ask questions. They were like, "How
That's
are you
right.
doing this?" And then I think we were like, "Let's start a business." And
So they came to Boise where I was.
Mhm.
And because Shiloh was in Nevada
Yep.
and you were in Arizona, but we said we better go get together, and we did. We sorted through all the different ones that we had each made to come up with the first ones we would start.
The first sets.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
So-
did that. So
And we came up with the first sets.
and the name.
And then the name. So really quickly, because I think
'Cause
my
everyone-
husband's dying
I know.
behind that camera.
No, I'm having fun.
Okay.
Everyone asks us how we got the name. It's
It's
not
so
a brilliant story.
It's very simple, which we
It's
like
just
simple here. at Kiwi
family,
Lane.
homey type things. So
So if I remember correctly, we were settled on Lane.
yes,
And
a
you
new
know,
direction in
Yeah.
scrapping, a new path that you can
Yeah.
take, something like that.
take us along on your journey.
Yeah.
But also the borders. We
Right.
had called them streets and roads and avenues, and we kind of had knew that kind of stuff.
We
But-
did.
So we knew we on in Lane, and a lot of times we were looking at other scrapbooking companies, and they had like
How
fresh.
did they do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fresh things.
We had fresh things.
This is
I'm
fresh
trying to remember
and
what
new.
the companies were at the time.
Rusty pickle.
The Rusty
Rusty
Pickle.
Pickle. I remember we were saying those things.
We kept
were
going
like,
over,
yeah,
that's a
you know,
cute name.
That's
Yeah.
a cute name. That's fine. And anyways, and so we were at Amber's, her
My
oldest.
my
daughter.
oldest.
Yep. And we were
Dinner.
just-
We're going to dinner there. Damien was making his spaghetti. Remember?
yeah, we were just bouncing ideas,
Kids everywhere,
Yeah.
running around.
and we were just bouncing ideas, and I don't know.
We did
was
it for
Amber?
3 days.
I don't even know who it was. There was a
3
kiwi on the
days.
calendar, in other words. Yeah.
And
But-
we said, and someone said Kiwi Lane, and
Yeah.
and immediately
It just kind of went off
it
the
just
tongue. Yeah.
sounded good. It just
Yeah.
sounded right. 3 days
Yeah.
we did that,
Yeah.
and finally
We do get asked if we're Australian.
we're not.
We're
But
No.
I went to Australia in February, and they do call them Kiwis out
Kiwis.
there.
One day we'll have to go, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mhm.
But
We will.
that's how Kiwi Lane came to be. It was like, and then I remember the kids running up the stairs and we were like, "What do you guys think about Kiwi Lane?" Because at the point we were definitely including them in
The
the,
whole
process.
family.
Yeah. And then I think they ran around and were like, Kiwi,
Kiwi
Kiwi,
Lane,
Kiwi,
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 Kiwi.
I loved it.
So Kiwi Templateers.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
definitely we refer to it often as Kiwi.
Yeah.
But it's Kiwi Lane, but Kiwi Lane design.
You're part of our Kiwi family.
Yeah.
You're part of
Yeah.
our Kiwi
So-
community. That's how we do it.
That's how it is.
It's
a fruit.
family.
It's
It's
a
a
fruit
big
on the table. But
I
it
love
works.
Kiwi.
Yeah, but it works. But yeah, that's how the name came to be.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so that's how the idea started as far as the Play to Create system. And then, of course, as far as our name, that's how it started. And
We just wanted to share it.
yeah, just
We
share
wanted
that.
to share it. It helped us so much. We still scrapbook today the same way. We love it and we just want to share it.
Yeah, and it's really is this internal, just blissfully simple. It's just like
Yeah.
kind of this, it's nice to follow the framework and have a pattern and,
That's right.
a method to kind of follow and repeat and then kind of build off.
And they're so pretty. when
yeah,
you're
the pages,
done.
yeah.
I just love them.
Use up your paper stash,
Yep.
all of that good stuff. But yeah, it's just so fun because I think sometimes it sounds like kind of trite. Is it trite or the right word? Where people are like talking to me about this story and I'm like, I resonate with this so much. I remember feeling that way.
Oh, yeah.
I remember thinking that. I remember thinking I wasn't creative or
Yeah.
like I will never be able to recreate what I see on the webs, you know.
Right.
And that was part of the frustration
It
too,
was.
just being looking at it saying, I can't duplicate what they just showed me, or
I know.
you know, like in that sense.
But everyone is creative, and we've provided a way for you to just play to create, and
to
it's
have
so
those
fun.
building blocks,
It's
yeah,
worth doing.
to spark that inspiration. So we are excited to help scrapbookers to finish some beautiful pages and to be there from that spark of inspiration to the celebration of that finished page.
That's right. The
And
whole
so-
road.
The whole road. So thanks again, and we hope to see you guys around.
Bye.